If you haven't already checked out Vampire Survivors, keep watching for a short early access report where I'll go over the gameplay, the developer's roadmap, and whether or not I can recommend the game in its current state. Cheers! Vampire Survivors is an action-packed roguelite where you must survive a 30-minute onslaught of undead enemies in massive waves. While killing the baddies, you collect XP gems to level up. It has a passive combat system where attacks trigger automatically and meta progression with persistent upgrades and unlocks. It reminds me a lot of games like Nuclear Throne, Enter the Gungeon, and Hero Siege, but far more stripped down and offering a quicker, bite-sized arcade experience. Vampire Survivors entered early access on December 17, 2021, and has an overwhelmingly positive review on Steam at the time of recording this report. This is an early access report after about 20 hours of gameplay. I'll cover the fun factor, the developer's roadmap and updates, and whether I can recommend this game in its current state. So, is the game any fun? First off, Vampire Survivors is very fun. As soon as you fire it up and you start collecting XP, it just hooks you with an addicting loop. Even after you get crushed on a run, you'll still have an itch to go back for one more. Battling the massive hordes of enemies can feel really satisfying, especially when you dial in your build and just melt everything on screen. It feels rewarding to play too. There are elite enemies scattered among the waves that drop a treasure chest once you defeat them, and the treasure pickup, let me tell you, it's a nice little breather moment and a sweet, sweet dopamine hit. The meta progression is interesting. Not only can you unlock different characters who each have a different starting weapon and a different passive bonus, but you can also tinker with the permanent stat boosts to try and tune your build in a way to make up for particular shortcomings on certain characters, or just to try new builds out. This allows for the true min-max type players to dial in their stats and create the most optimal builds. Each stage also has a hyper mode you can unlock once you finish it for the first time that adds the challenge and helps speed up the rewards. As you level up the weapons, eventually they can evolve into more powerful versions and serves as a new unlock, which helps drive the incentive to play it even more. It's simple and easy to pick up, but as time goes on, the enemy waves get much larger and much harder. Eventually there are so many enemies on the screen that even with a fairly beefy gaming rig, there was still some noticeable slowdown. The bottom line is though, it's just already really fun. And if you enjoy unlocks and meta progression, then the game already has a great deal of content and replayability to offer. Plus, did I mention it's only $3? The developer's not released a formal roadmap, but they've given some hints as to where the design is headed. In just under 3 months, the devs have released 9 updates and added a new stage along with new characters and new items with almost every update so far. They seem very active, and the updates are coming in at an extremely quick pace, which is really nice and one of the most frequently updated titles I've seen from dozens of early access games that I own. There's also a Discord server, and the forums are fairly active, so if you want to dig around, there's a bunch of active discussion always going on. The game's settings menu is pretty sparse, lacking any sort of resolution or other graphics options, but you know what? For the style that this game is, it's not really a huge problem, and it runs in a native windowed mode, so you can just resize it to your liking. The full release date has not been announced, but the developer is targeting about a year of early access time. According to the Steam store page, the game has roughly 60% of the planned content already implemented into the game. All in all, I'm really pleased with the quality and the frequency of the updates, and I think you will be too. Based on the state of the game, the fun factor, and the ridiculously low price of $3 USD, I can confidently say that the value on offer here is outstanding. If you enjoy action roguelites, quick runs where you can play for a short amount of time, and an addicting and rewarding meta progression system, then absolutely grab this game now. I'll be looking forward to more updates as the year moves on. For $3, you could do a hell of a lot worse, so fire it up and check it out. Lastly, if you're looking for a beer to pair with this game, I recommend the Undead Party Crasher Imperial Stout from Clown Shoes Brewing. Cheers! If you enjoyed this early access report, let me know what other games you'd like to see reported on in the comments. If you didn't enjoy it, let me know what I could be doing better. As always, thanks for watching, and if you want to share some beers, come join me on Twitch, links in the description. Farewell for now.